It is Kentucky Derby. Yesterday was Oaks. For those of you guys who live around here, happy Derby. And wherever you are, I love you. Okay. God, that was a very awkward intro. I had my hair in a bun, but it like came down. It looked cute. Um, Whatever. So I did want to make a video talking about a few things that's been on my mind, but I wanted to be stylish while I talked about it. First and foremost, YesJulz. YesJulz is now under fire for tweeting a pic of a crop top that said niggas lie, and she tweeted, am I allowed to wear a shirt that says this? When I saw it, I just rolled my eyes. I've called her out so many times that it's been ridiculous. She has said so many ridiculous things that I just don't care anymore. I don't care what she says and does, because black men are going to cape for a white woman with a fat ass, even if she's mediocre in looks. So I don't care. I do not care. But finally, she crossed the line, because now she lost 2 deals, gigs, or whatever, and she made a video on Snapchat looking like Tommy Jarvis, like Tommy Jarvis tease, crying. It's been 7 hours and 15 days. Like, I don't know what the heck is. I don't even know why people find her attractive, first of all. I mean, she's okay. She's not butt ugly. But she's so basic. Like, I don't understand. But I guess she's a white woman with a fat ass, and she is black adjacent. Like, she's a white girl that is profiting off of the black girl aesthetic that I have naturally. Sorry about ya. But people are now just like, YesJulz is disgusting. You know, she's been using blackness for her own gain for a while. And finally, people are seeing her for the trash that she is. And I am just happy. My thing is, she wants to apologize now that she offended these black men, these gatekeepers of the black community. But when people were asking her to apologize for the comments she made about black women, her little white pink toe ass never apologized. She never said anything. She just ignored it. Acted as if we weren't humans. We weren't people. That's how people treat black women in the black community, as if, you know, the men are black and the women are white or non-black. We don't exist. We're vermin that needs to be exterminated at this point. People treat black women as if we don't matter. I don't understand. I don't understand. She wants to apologize now because she pissed off black people in general, not just these little vermin creatures, these little mice, these black bitches that don't matter. No, she pissed off black men in addition to pissing off black women. Because black men had the nerve to sit there and say, well, all she said was that you guys were jealous. Like, that's not as bad as saying the N-word. Any type of racism is racism. That is a racist comment. To sit there and say that black women are inherently jealous of white women is a racist statement. It's racist. It's misogynistic. It goes back to slavery that justified the rape and murder of us. The unprotection of us. To sit there and say that we are inherently inferior to white women to the point that we're jealous of them because they are inherently better than us. That's a racist comment. And she sat there and tweeted, oh, I walk into the room and all the black men like me. And why do black girls hate me? Bitch, shut up. Shut up. You're ignorant. All you could have done was apologize. And I would have said, okay, you are an okay person. But you never did. Then here you go, tweet a picture saying, can I say this? And then say someone made it for me. And that's what I was doing. I wasn't going to wear it for real. No, you were trying to be funny and it wasn't a good joke. You said plenty of stupid things before and deleted it. Now it finally caught up with you. So I don't feel bad for YesJulz. She's ignorant. You know, she's a child. You know, she doesn't know half the stuff that she's talking about. Like, I just think that she's ignorant by nature. She's an asshole at that. You know, that type of ignorance we cannot tolerate. But I'm sick of people profiting off of black culture and then not even respecting the people in it, especially black women. So let's get to you, Miley Cyrus. Girl, how you doing? I've been into you since 2007. Like, we had this rocky relationship where you have done things that made me think you trash or you are a hypocrite. But then I was like, you know what, Miley? I like your music. I think you're talented. I think Miley is a great singer. So it's kind of conflicted because I do like her music. I do. I did think Bangers was a pretty good album, but how she went about it was what I had a problem with. Like, how she came out and admitted, hey, I want to make more urban music. I like hip hop and rap. Fine. But she said, I want to do more of a black sound. And she had all these black backup dancers dancing for her, twerking, shaking their asses, just touching them inappropriately. She comes out with a new interview looking all earthy and all just natural, saying, you know what? I don't like hip hop anymore. It's all misogynistic. I'm going to go back to my country roots. Miley, you could have just said, I'm abandoning hip hop. I'm abandoning the sound because I was problematic. Because, bitch, because you like posts that say that you are a cultural appropriator. So I thought, okay, maybe Miley is growing. Okay. No, she comes out and says, I'm abandoning hip hop because it is misogynistic. Not that you were shaking the asses of black girls and exploiting them. No, not that you were sitting here exploiting off of black womanhood and using misogynoir and blocking people, fans that were calling you out for it. No, it's because hip hop is the problem, not you. Not you, Miley Cyrus, but hip hop. Girl, that is so racist. And I'm saying this because I low-key like your music. Like, I'm not even saying it like I hate you, but I'm saying it like, girl, what is your problem? You sit here and say you want to be for peace and love, that you are a hippie, and that you're not racist, and blah, 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 and, you hate Trump, but then you do stuff like this. So if you want to be a true activist for the youth, you got to act better. You got to act better, Miley, because this is not a good look for you. And I'm actually looking forward to this type of album because this is something that I've been waiting for a decade. But you come out doing all of this the wrong way. And it's like people said, you used R&B as a gap to say, well, I was at a bad point in time, so now I'm just going to go back to my roots and be this grown-up image. And people have been doing this for years, and I mean probably about 20 years, where they started out as these good bubblegum pop kids and they go urban and then they go back to the sound and now they are a serious artist. Justin Timberlake did it, Britney Spears did it, even Christina Aguilera had her little stage at some point in time, and it's just like, oh, like, of course. At least Jessica Simpson had enough sense to just be herself and then like start making cute shoes and pants that I buy at Dillard's a lot of times. But I don't know, Miley. I don't know. Like, I've been saying Miley was trash for years and no one listened to me. Now that I think that she's kind of okay, she just needs to tone it down. Now everyone wants to call her out. You see, it's funny, when I called somebody out years ago, nobody wants to say anything. But then when I'm kind of like, whatever, like, I don't care, then y'all want to come out and say, no, I don't like them. And they, like, girl, I've been saying this for years. 4 years. But you don't want to listen. So I don't know. I've been saying YesJulz was trash. I've been saying Miley Cyrus was trash. I've been saying Cat Stacks was trash. But y'all never listen to me. So y'all just gonna learn the hard way that these racist white women do not care about you at all. That they are going to use you and go back to this little good girl image. That's what happens. And it's like black men only feel insulted when these white girls go back to white men, because when they are like the Kardashians that stay with the black men, then they are okay. But as long as they go back to these white men or this nice little white lifestyle, then they can call them out. Like, no, you gotta call all of them out. Kylie Jenner, I saw that little picture you took of your new curves. Girl, that waist is not proportionate to you, first and foremost. This is not even about plastic surgery shaming, because I know people are gonna get it. I know. It's that y'all be the type of girl to say, ooh, she got a ghetto booty, ooh, like she kind of fat, and then now that it's in to be curvy, because you see a lot of black girl magic, and a lot of the black girls that are being showcased as beautiful now indeed have curves. Now y'all want to sit here and say, oh my God, like, I want a body like that. Like, oh, I wish I was curvy. Like, no, y'all didn't want to be curvy back in 2007 when y'all were sitting here saying does this make my butt look fat? Like, that was a trope in a lot of cartoons. But now, because y'all like black men and y'all know typically they date women that look like that, now y'all trying to blend in so they can stay with you. Like, a lot of this is just to keep yourself relevant in the black community. Y'all use us, black girls, the black girl aesthetic, just to stay relevant. That's what it is. So that's why I'm not a big fan of Kylie. I'm not a big fan of the Kardashians and Jenners. And this isn't to say that I think that they are terrible, awful people. I don't think that they are even like the worst type of people. I don't. But they are ignorant. They are racially insensitive. And I don't know why people support them. Screw her friend Justine Skye, because she's trash too. She's a rape apologist. She slut shames. She calls black girls ugly who don't agree with her. And I've been rocking with Justine Skye since 2013 when she looked like a totally different person. And she did not fit this, yes, on fleek look. No, Justine, I follow you when you were this girl who had the natural hair, you know, just look like a regular dark-skinned black girl. And I stand for you because I love seeing more girls like you in the music industry. But then once you started hanging out with Kylie, you were a brand new person. You were no longer uplifting black girls that didn't have that baddie look. You were calling them ugly. You were sitting there saying your eyebrows trash, your twists are ugly, and blah blah blah. You're an asshole. And I don't know much about your friend Jordan Woods, but if she's anything like you, you know, all of y'all in that clique are crap. Like, I remember, because I followed you on Twitter. You know, I remember because I was a fan of yours, but like, you were just so rude to me. You blocked me because I called you out for being a coon. Like, hey, like, okay, block people who aren't even a hater trying to educate you, but instead you rather uplift white girls that use black girls to be considered bad, than to just say, hey, maybe some of my friends are problematic and I need to check them like Zendaya does. Oh my God, like, y'all ain't shit. I'm just through with it. I'm just through with like this whole like internet famous people, like these internet celebrities, all these people, because I actually know some of them and they ain't all that they seem to be. Like, they are fakes. They like, I've interacted with a lot of them and they are just fakes. I know which one are real and I know which ones are not. And a lot of these melanin babes, these dark skinned girls, these brown skinned girls who say they want to uplift dark skinned girls and talk about colorism, they don't care. They don't care. It's just about them. They are someone that likes to be told that they are pretty for a dark skinned girl, but then want to sit here and say that they are against it so they can get more followers that believe that bullshit. That's what it is. Like, Justine Skye just tweeted recently, oh, I think it's insecure to just put down women and treat them like they ain't nothing. But you called black girls ugly and nappy-headed for just asking you simple questions about your hair or why you are friends with certain people. Oh my God, I can't stand you. I hate you. Like, now, let's get to this beauty pageant thing because I've been wanting to talk about this. So, down in Texas, this school held an annual Miss Black University where this girl won. And once I saw the pictures, my first reaction was, is that a black girl? Because she looks a little bit white. And then I saw, okay, that is a black girl. She's biracial. She just looks a little bit white. Like, to me, she looks like she's racially ambiguous. Like, she could have something in her, but she may not be black. I don't know what she is mixed with, but she does appear to be white passing to a lot of people. A lot of people read her as white passing. There are complaints about the fact that she is too light-skinned or she looks Eurocentric, and it's a contradiction to have a pageant for black women and embracing the diversity of black beauty, but to go for the most Eurocentric, go for the lightest person out of all of these beautiful dark-skinned girls with kinky hair. To go for the lightest person just seems suspicious and as if it reinforces Eurocentric beauty standards. And my thing is, I don't care. I don't care that she won. It's a pageant. It's one pageant. I'm sure they had thousands of other girls that won that were like me, that were dark-skinned. I am sure, I am positive. But I do understand the concerns as well where, you know, the runner-ups were brown and dark-skinned. They were visibly black. very beautiful girls, kinky hair, but they go for the lightest person. So that does seem to be like, oh, okay, like it just does not add up, because I did a pageant and I was the only black girl there. I didn't even place, but everyone thought I did perfectly fine. Like I should have at least placed because I was very elegant. How I spoke just came across as very professional. Like I had poise. Like at least that's what my friends said. Like people said like maybe you didn't like need to place first or second, but you were like at least good enough to at least get fourth. But I didn't place. And one of my friends said, well, you were like the only black girl there and you were up with all these like more experienced white girls, so it just wasn't likely. But then I seen other situations where there are white girls up against these more experienced black girls, like in a twerking contest, or in a fashion show, and the white girl will get sympathy votes, or the white girl vote. Oh, let's vote for the white girl because let's not make this white girl feel out of place. Let's not make her feel like an outcast in front of all these more beautiful and talented black girls. Let's make the white girl comfortable. Let's make her feel like she belongs. And it's like, no, because y'all go out of your way to be inclusive, but then won't be inclusive to us when we need it. But yeah, y'all want to be inclusive to the white girl, make her feel like, yes, you know, I got a place in black girl spaces, like even in other black girl spaces, I am number one. Like y'all always want to make the white girl feel like she belongs. And it's like, I'm not saying to exclude people. I'm not saying to be biased and to just pick someone based off of the color of their skin. I don't believe that. But if you don't believe that there is a problem where you have these pageants that are supposed to be combating Eurocentric beauty standards, but you pick the most Eurocentric girl, come on. Like, I'm sure it was more than just talent. Let's be honest. Most of these beauty pageants are about looks. To say otherwise is to be lying. It's about looks. It's about fitting into a certain beauty. And historically at these pageants, it was typically girls that looked like her that would win. Unfortunately, even though we created pageants, because historically we weren't allowed to participate in pageants because they were for white women, because we did not fit into a white-centric ideal of beauty. So we had to make our own. But due to paperback tests, we had women like Jane Kennedy, Halle Berry, Irene Cara, Vanessa Williams, of course, the runner-up of the 1984 Miss America pageant. Like, we had women that looked like them winning these pageants. So even though we were supposed to be different and embracing black beauty, we would usually embrace women that were light-skinned to white passing or racially ambiguous, which is very unfortunate because the point of these black beauty pageants is to combat Eurocentric beauty standards. What does not fit into a Eurocentric beauty standards is dark skin, big lips, wide nose, nappy, kinky, 4C hair, 3C to 4C hair, typically, and curves, a fat ass, wide hips, you name it. When you looked at these caricatures back in 1925, these racist, jigaboo caricatures, who did you see get called ugly and made fun of? It certainly was not Mariah Carey. It certainly was not Beyonce. No, it was people like Lupita Nyong'o, Kelly Rowland. It was people like Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer, Gabrielle Union, who were the face of these caricatures. Dark-skinned women with short hair or 4C hair, big lips, people that were visibly black. It was no racially ambiguous person looking like Zendaya up there. No, there was one racist cartoon of black people eating watermelons and having big lips. The desirable black character, even though it was racist as hell, was a light-skinned woman. She was portrayed as this light-skinned woman where all these dark-skinned men were hanging out their tongues and their eyes bulged out. Like, she was like your Dorothy Dandridge type of woman. And this was like a 1933 cartoon. So even in these racist, anti-black cartoons, the lighter-skinned people were at least seen as more human and desirable. And the dumb darkies were just looking at them like, oh, you're cute. Like, no. Like, come on. So I don't believe that colorism did not have something to do with it, or if it didn't, it still is something that needs to be discussed with how historically in these black pageants, especially at HBCUs, it was usually light-skinned women with the loose curls that won. You saw in School Days where these homecoming queens were all light-skinned and racially ambiguous, and as one of the women was getting her crown, the guy tried to kiss her, but she's like, ew, get away from me, darky. Like, that's how she was. And for people to be gaslighting it and saying, well, she's African American, it's not about looks, it's about DNA. No, sweetie, it's about looks. We had these pageants because they would not allow dark-skinned people in particular to participate. They did not allow black people who look black to participate because they did not like the way that we looked. Sure, there were people that were light-skinned and racially ambiguous that were denied simply because they were black. Sure, they couldn't participate in white pageants even if they looked white because they were black. But if you are to tell me that your alternative beauty standards has nothing to do with how you look and it's just about your being black, you are lying. And the thing of the matter is, people are sitting here trying to defend this girl's blackness while at the same time calling Logic all these types of terms because he had an album released yesterday where he was talking about his being mixed race. And I commented on the songs before, but they were saying, you know, he can't say nigga because he looks white, even though Drake and J. Cole are the same mixture, but Logic looks white, so he can't say it, even though he's been called a nigger by his mother like so many times, and he's been received racial slurs just like anyone else, but he looks white, so he can't say nigga. But also, this girl in this pageant, this pretty girl can win because she's black just like everyone else, and colorism doesn't matter, and we look at her just like any other dark-skinned girl with nappy hair and a wide nose. But Logic can't say nigga because he looks white. Like, I see the double standards. Y'all don't care for light skin or mixed men a lot of times because you see them as threats. But these delicate, fragile women, the light-skinned women or the white women, you know, y'all want to be nice to them. Y'all want to handle them with kid gloves and not think that they can't be just as problematic and even violent as a man just because of their privilege. Okay? That doesn't make any sense. Like, and I don't agree with everything Logic says. We all know this, but I don't like how people always want to go in on him like he's not black or like he's just outcast. And that's exactly what Logic is talking about. Y'all can't complain about him saying that he's mixed, but then acting like he's not mixed. Acting like he's a white boy, saying that he's mixed. Just so he can say nigga. Like, really, I've seen it. And it's really annoying. It really is, because y'all can't sit here and defend one person's blackness but then act like somebody else isn't black just because you don't like the person or you don't like their music. Like, I haven't listened to the album yet, but for people to just be going in on Logic, like, come on. Like, y'all so quick to defend some little pretty light-skinned mixed girl, but yeah, it's Logic and he's a man, and, you know, y'all not gonna say anything because y'all not trying to fuck Logic. So, like, that's just ignorant. Like, if y'all want to defend one person's blackness, y'all gonna have to defend all. Because I'm sick of this whole, well, Logic can't say nigga because he looks white and he just wants to say nigga. He can say nigga because he's a nigga. Like, it don't matter what you look like. You are a nigga. If you get called a nigga, you're going to be someone that's saying nigga. Like, y'all got mad at Kalani because she had a song called Niggas, and her dad is black. She's been raised by black people. Like, y'all choose which person to claim, and then y'all choose which person to just throw out. Like, oh, they coons. Like, fuck them. Like, they half-breeds. They mulattoes. Like, no. It makes me so mad because at least Logic and Kalani are people who understand their light skin privilege. I've seen them like posts that had to do with colorism and light skin privilege. Like, they understand all of that. But yeah, y'all want to defend some black girl who may or may not understand it and may just come out saying, well, I just feel so hurt, and, you know, I just want to represent all black girls. And I'm not saying that's how she feels, but she may come out and say that. But here you go trying to erase black people who may say some ignorant things that I don't agree with. But at least they are trying. They are trying, and you're sitting here just throwing them out because you don't like them. That's what it is. You think Logic and Kalani are nerds, or they don't fit your idea of a cool biracial black person, so they just not here for they just not here. You're not here for them. I don't know, but I guess that's all I have to say for now. Have a great day.